Hi, this is Delia. I just want to educate some of us women on a fibroid. I just feel led to talk to you all on this thing that affects women in the black race, the Caucasian. Sometimes we have situations which we don't deal with at hand because we don't see it as anything. But I just want to say to us women that once we are having certain issues, then we should get it checked out as soon as possible. Now, a couple of years ago, I've been having some issues, some ill health, and I've been to the doctor. Now, I realized after doing some tests and ultrasound that I had fibroid, but it was small. So I was on the public clinic at the hospital, but they weren't doing anything because it wasn't bleeding or anything. And there and then it was causing after a while any problem. So I was on the clinic for a while, and I was going to the clinic, and the doctor just looked at my docket and put it back and give me a new date to come and all of that. And it was up and down for a while like that until I decided it makes no sense for me to keep spending money on going. So I stopped, not thinking that I should. At the time when I stopped, started to see a private gynecologist, and I was okay having different menstrual cramps and all of that, because the more you're getting older, the more cramps and all of that will come, the more cramps will affect you. And I see it as regular. I've gone to the regular general practitioner. I explained my situation to them, and the ups and down and all of that. And I realized that after a while having my menstrual period, then after getting older, then I realized that I've been having different cramps, and sometimes my stomach get really high, and I was like a bit concerned. But after it was done, then it would go back to normal. But I remember one day my sister said to me, as a nurse, said to public health nurse, said to me that you didn't have a high tummy, and I realized. But at that time I was having my menstrual cycle. Now, after having my menstrual cycle, as I said, it would go down. Now, after it would go down, then I have no problem and all of that. It was okay. In last year, I realized some different shift. Having my period, and my stomach would get high and bloating and all of that and whatever. In the latter part, and I'm saying this to us women, that this situation can affect our life, both mentally, physically. It can let us feel a little different. It can help us to feel not comfortable around going other people when we go out and all of that. Might be the issues that some of us faces is not the same as others, but I am saying this to us women, that once you're having some challenges and once you're feeling different, go get it checked out once there's some different changes in the body, because this really can affect your relationship, and it can affect your life emotionally and physically, and it can make you feel shut down. So in the latter part of last year, I had my menstrual cycle, and it came back, and I thought it was due to some stress and all of that. And then it came back, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? And it started getting to me now, and I went to the doctor, and the doctor gave me medication, nothing. I remember I did a blood work at a clinic. I told him that I want to do a profile. Everything came back okay. All my organs were okay and all of that. And I was saying to the doctor, I thought that, might be it's the fibroid that is causing me to feel this way and all of that. And she said, you're okay. Go ahead, go home, watch your diet, and that's it. Go home. And I came home, and I still having those feelings every now and then, like I'm pregnant, or I am having this nauseous feeling and all of that. And to be honest with you all, because I'm getting older, and I said it, remember one doctor told me that I was going to premenopausal symptoms. So I said okay. But after going to that, then the feeling came on and off, and it became annoying. And I remember one morning I decided to go back to the doctor, and I went to my sister, and she said she was going to Montego Bay, and I went by her house, and then we decided to go. When we left out, I felt so sick on the road that we had to call a taxi. And when I go to the doctor and start explaining and all of that, and she said she was liking what she's seen and all of that and whatever, so she sent me back now to do some other tests along with ultrasound and stuff like that. And I did it, but it was not the fibroid that was bleeding, but there were now 3 huge fibers in my uterus. And she said, I have to refer you now to a guy. No, I'm not sending you back to the public hospital. No, I'm not working. And the whole issue of everything started crumbling down. And my sister was saying, don't worry, don't worry yourself. God is going to work it out and all of that. And I went to the gyno. And when he reviewed the ultrasound and all the other tests, he said, oh, you'll have to do a surgery. So it boils down to me now doing a surgery. Now, women, we are all women. Some of us has our partners, some of us don't. Now, some will understand the situation that we are going through, some won't understand. Now, a man will have a prostate problem, and he will start having problem with can't urinate and the prostate enlarged, and the woman will say, okay, yes, let me run around with you, this, that, whatever. But sometimes when these things started happening to women, then some men will not understand, and it will cause you so much hurt and pain and all of that, because knowing that your tummy gets higher, or might be my tummy is higher, but some women, they have the bleeding one, so they bleed uncontrollable. They have excessive bleeding months after months after months, and sometimes you have to be wearing sanitary napkin, because you don't know when you'll have the bleeding will start and all of that, and all these discomforts that come with it. But I want you all to know that it is important, if you are married, if you are dating, if you are courting, discuss these matters with your partner. Let them know what is happening and all of that, because I can tell you these fibers were there and they were all whatever until they just decide to pop up. So you might be going through and everything is okay, and you might be having just some little beanie discomfort and all of that. But remember that at a particular time they will just pop up on you without you knowing that they are getting so huge, and they are bringing, because some persons their stomach don't get high, but it will hang on the inside, on the back of the womb or the uterus. So you have to get these things checked out, and it will affect your heart, it will affect your kidneys if they are too large, and there are so many things. It can affect your movements, because I can tell my movements become to get slower, and I was wondering, why am I getting tired? And I walk distance, I do whatever and all of that, and I realized that when I do things excessively, I became so tired, and it's like I can't go on and all of that and whatever, not realizing that it's a fiber was slowing me down. So I just want us to know, I'm putting this out. I want you to share it among the women, share it. And I want to be available as a mouthpiece for women. Now I'm slated for surgery and I'm preparing for that. And I want to be a mouthpiece for women. Whatever platform it is, I want to be a mouthpiece for women, to let women know that once we reach a certain age, and when I talk to some women even in their 30s, and they have fibroids, they have been doing surgery, and I tell you, these things are overwhelming. You don't know when they'll show up. You don't know. You might just start feeling whatever, and you might be saying, oh, this whatever, because they come with a lot of bloating, and you might be saying, well, it might be gas, my tummy soon go down. No, it's not like that. So we have to bear these things in mind. Ladies, we have to wake up. We have to wake up and see, and I want you all to know, once you're over your 30, in your 30s, go and get checked out in your 40s, in your 50s, because maybe say I'm 50 and I'm menopausal, so if I had fibroid it will shrink. No, sometimes they don't shrink, and if they shrink they cause so much different issues within your body. Because when I spoke to the guy now, he has been showing me some different issues that has been happening, but I am available. I'll be a mouthpiece for women. I want to, share this, far and wide for persons to know that we women, might think that everything, and we might, see some things happening. It causes you to have, can't pass your feces as how you used to, and all of that. So you have to change your diet and all of that. And there's so many things that comes with these fibroids. And, I want us to be aware, to be in the know, and to accept, because some people will not accept us when we start going through these situations, but we have to accept us for who we are, and know that once it is taken care of, we will have a better life and all of that. And I thank God for the persons who I have backing me and encouraging me and all of that, because not expecting certain things and it show up, it can be so much of a hurt and pain and all of that. And I just want to thank God, because sometimes persons are going through and they don't have anyone to encourage them, to be with them, to talk with them, to share with them, and to explain to them. So that's why I want to be a mouthpiece. So as many as is going to see this video, I want you to share this video. And those who want to talk to me private about it, I will be available, because I want to be a mouthpiece for this thing that is called fibroid. And most people don't know they have it. Most people have it and they are silent about it and all of that. But I do not want to be silent anymore. I want to be a mouthpiece for this. So I want this to be shared, and it came to me to share it, and I'm sharing it. And I hope that a lot of persons will be educated concerning it. See your gyna. Don't go to a general practitioner. Go to your gynecologist and let him direct you, or her direct you into what to do before it is too late.